Yo, what up?
It's your song, okay? We're gonna give you this song right here.
Hey, I rock with that.
W and Bankroll is what it's called, baby. So let's get into this. We're gonna get into this. We got Omar here. He's our adjacent expert to combat sports. He's a combat sport adjacent. That's what we got to call him because he's Cover D's his guy. He's our guy. But they have that Ball and Buds, and they have the combat sports channel. So we're talking a little bit about Garcia versus Haney. Garcia coming up big. Thankfully for Haney, though, let's talk a little bit about this. The title wasn't online because Garcia failed to make weight by 3.2 pounds to make the limit. But he did defeat Haney in majority decision, knocked him down 3 times in the fight. One judge actually scored it 112 to 112. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, then the other two were 114 to 110 and 115 to 109 for Garcia. He improves to 25-1. His only defeat is against Javante Davis. And Haney falls to 31-1. What happened in this fight, Omar? Give us your take.
So awesome fight for any of y'all that saw it. It was a really good fight. Let's start from the beginning. First of all, as you mentioned, the title was not online. Garcia missed weight by 3.5 pounds. Garcia's behavior has been erratic, to say the least, leading up to this fight. It's been heavily noted based on his social media postings, and they even had to have the president of one of the organizations, check on him as a welfare check before the fight to make sure that he was ready. Just because a lot of things that were going on and things that were happening. So for him to miss by 3.5 pounds just made it seem like, wow, is this fight even going to happen with all the stuff that we've seen?
There was question about that. Yeah.
Right. So they figured it out. They took the title off the line. They made an agreement on money. It was said to be 1.5 mil. I guess it turned out to be 600K. He paid him for the missed weight. Either way, they went on to have a fight. Garcia, his left hook is one of the most lethal punches in the game. And he lit him up with it all night. Starched him in the first round. Then Haney took over because Haney is great defensively and he's a good boxer when he's in there. So from the second to the sixth, you could have given all those rounds to Haney. But then after that, from the 7th on, Garcia just started laying in that left hook as much as he possibly could. He caught him 3 times. He knocked him down in the 7th, 10th, and the 11th. So.
Yeah, and it seemed like Garcia trying to change his strategy kind of mid-fight and started being more aggressive and kind of caught him off guard a little bit. Caught Haney off guard, changed his approach a little bit. And what do you think, Tony? Did you see in this fight, or what do you think about this? Are you a big fight guy?
Oh, yes, sir, big bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good now.
It sounds better now. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I know I clicked out. I had to get on the Wi-Fi. But
okay.
Yes, I was able to catch the fight from start to finish.
Okay, good.
Shout out to you, Mark. He was making great points, man. But I think one thing that nobody was really talking about, that I brought up with a couple of my inner circles, is Ryan Garcia's hand speed. I don't think anyone accounted for that. Like, dude has old school Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali hand speed. Now, then you put that left, because he has a lot of punches in his arsenal. He can hit you with an uppercut, but that left hook, like you said, his patent move. And he was just faster than Devin Haney expected him, faster than Bill Haney expected him to be. And then he did the old Wiley trick. He opened the front door for Devin Haney to come in, and it was all kind of Home Alone traps waiting for him. So, so Ryan Garcia,
Home Alone.
The Macaulay. You walk in, and there's a freaking freight coming down, about to hit you.
Right.
That's what he with, man. And
that's a good one.
I'm a big boxing fan. Errol Spence was my guy, so I don't. Errol Spence after Bud Crawford humbled me. I was talking a lot. Bud humbled me, so I don't have a favorite any longer. This is the first big fight I got to appreciate as just a
good old Bud.
And so That's me, man.
Yeah, you got any thoughts, Ken, on this one?
Man, hey, Garcia majority decision. When you look at the scorecard, 112, 112. 114, 110, 115, 109. I mean, he just dominated the entire time, bro. Complete, total domination.
Yeah, I think it looks like
let's not get this wrong real quick. One thing to note. That judge who had 112,
right.
Come on now. We know about champions.
Yeah. That was a little crazy.
Yeah. He was really biased. Crazy. Very biased on that one.
Well, and Omar, so a lot of people were talking about that the way he took away that point, and so without even a warning, he took a point away from Garcia punching on the brake, and he thought that was a little bit aggressive and taking away a point right away. What do you think on that, Omar? Did you cover about that, or what do you think?
I did not talk to him about that specific point, but again, champion's advantage, right? I believe that ref probably even saved him from the second knockdown where he was holding on to him and like shaking his hand. I never seen it before in a match. He was like, "You okay? You okay?" And like holding him like after the count, like man, you better let him go and stuff because Garcia's there ready to go. And I'm thinking like, what the hell is going on? So
some people say that a referee had a bet on the fight or something, or something.
Maybe shit. Maybe that judge too. No, let's stop.
Yeah, okay. Let's not get too far. Yeah. So yeah, a great fight, a great thing for Garcia. My question on it, Omar, is why, if you're Haney, why even take the fight? I mean, because you don't really win anything. If you beat Garcia, I mean, you get a W. But I mean, if you lose to him, people are going to say, "Hey, you shouldn't even be the champ." I mean, you got knocked down, you lost the fight. I mean, what's the point of even for Haney? There's no advantage for him to take the fight.
Well, and I think Tony can help elaborate after I start and come in with this stat right here. But this is actually their 7th time fighting, I believe this was.
Really?
Going all the way back to amateurs. So these two have a very, very rich history. They grew up in the same area and have fought all the way since 12 years old, where Garcia won the first
professional, right?
match. As amateurs.
But I mean, first professional fight, though, right? Okay.
Oh, yes, I got you.
Okay, that's all. So, okay, good. Yeah, go ahead.
And like I said, I'm sure Tony can elaborate, but yeah, it's 7 out of, I believe it's 7 fights. They have a long history, so why not take this fight? At this point, these guys are joined at the hip, and they're going to have a rematch after this as well. So.
Right. Okay. What do you got to say on that, Tony? Why Haney take the fight if it's not even? To me, it's more an advantage for Garcia because if he beats him, people are like, "Oh, you beat the champ." But what do you think, Tony?
I think it was a lot of moving pieces for sure. And Flo, I definitely agree with what Omar was saying on that. That history comes into play, especially when you got pride on the line, there's glory at stake. I think these two would have fought each other regardless. If Ryan came in 200 pounds and Haney was 1, they would have still done it.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
It's an old school boxing.
Okay.
We used to see the Tommy Hearns and
right. Yeah.
Mark, the greats. So Mark, these inner, these inner stories within the story.
Yeah.
Haney. So I think that's why he took the fight. And of course, there's a lot of stuff surrounding it. But at the end of the day, these two dudes are warriors. I've said that Devin Haney is an old school kind of guy. He's going for glory, and Ryan Garcia, he gets a lot of criticisms, but Ryan Garcia is a cool guy. He's really about what he says. He might get criticized, but he's really about what he says.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
We got old school kind of fight between these two young.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Omar, what do you think? Is next for Garcia, because it's obviously kind of elevates him a little bit. Is it a rematch with Tank Davis, maybe Lomachenko, Kambosos? What do you think is the next for him?
No, as we mentioned, it's got to be a rematch. I mean, I think if you're a man of your word, and y'all are tied at the hip as you are. I know Haney said it right after the match was over that he gave him a chance. Now he wants his rematch to get it back. And if you're Garcia, this time do camp right, get there make weight, and that way you can win the title by beating them and win the championship next time. That's motivation enough, I would think.
Okay. Do you think a rematch right away with Haney is the best bet for him? Okay. You too, Tony? You think so?
With the title on the line. Well, I know. I don't know if you caught this, but Garcia was talking about moving up to 147. So
that's what I'm saying. He struggled to get down to that catch weight with Tank. So I don't know if because some people just kind of grow out of their weight as they get older. it's just harder to stay down at that weight. So that's why I was thinking maybe he might move up, or if he. But you know, I don't really like those catch weights, but.
Yeah, me neither. And I hate it. I mean, not that I hated that, but I know Oscar,
usually one guy gets a disadvantage, the guy who's a little heavier gets kind of disadvantaged because he's got to cut a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm. There's always going to be somebody 143 and then another guy 40.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I would love to. I mean, I thought this was going to happen with Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. Have a rematch in the next division with them going from 147 to 54. So I thought that was gonna happen. I would love for Ryan and Devin to, at least put that option on. I know Devin that championship now. He still has
right. Exactly.
Exactly.
For him to both up, and let's say 147. It's both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, that sounds good. And then maybe a rematch with Tank or something like that. Assuming Rank Garcia wins. Well, I mean, maybe not Tank because he might be too light for him now. I mean, I don't think Tank will come up.
I think Tank got to get past Frank Martin, man. We cannot look at Frank Martin.
That's true. Okay.
That's fair. He's a sneaky fighter just like Ryan was. Everybody was overlooking Ryan just 24 hours ago, and now we have a different conversation. So we can't overlook Frank. Tank got to get past Frank Martin.
Okay. Any final words, Omar? On this fight?
No, I mean, I think everything Tony said was right. Yeah, and I think that I want to see the rematch again. But it was a great fight, great battle. Yeah. Like Tony said, two warriors. Garcia, make weight next time and take his belt. Go him that way.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So the next big fight, I guess, Omar, is what in May 18th, Usyk and Fury. The next kind of big fight.
Actually, no. I guess you got Canelo and Munguia. And Jaime Munguia are fighting on May 4th. That Saturday. So that'll probably be the next big one for mainstream, but not for boxing heads, but for mainstream fans that maybe aren't that deep.
The big fight. When I say big fight, I mean not the boxing heads.
I mean, I think that's a big fight. We expect Canelo to win, but I mean, we'll see what happens.
Right. Okay. You got a favorite, Tony, in the Usyk Fury fight?
I've got an appreciation for Usyk's style. And especially at a heavyweight, how he's able to move in and out, especially and him being a little undersized amongst the trees. You're talking about Fury, Joshua.
Right. Yeah, a lot of big dudes in the heavyweights these
days. He's right there with
tall, meaning tall dudes.
Yeah, and Usyk is my height. But
I think his style confounds him though too. Wouldn't you say that, Tony?
One more time, Omar. I'm sorry.
I said, wouldn't you say that Usyk's style kind of confounds Fury? It confuses him a little bit.
Yes, and that's why I've been wanting these two to fight for as long as I've been loving boxing. As long as these two been, as far as contender and them been in the same realm of this possibly being a fight. Thank goodness for those Saudis, man. Just throwing us a bunch of money out of nowhere so we can finally get this fight. Shout out to the Prince.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Yeah. So a lot of boxing fans out there. Clubber D is our combat expert, but
combat G.
Tony, he's the combat G, and Tony's got a little. He knows a little bit about his boxing. He's got some boxing chops there. And Omar, of course, he's the professor. He is a sports professor, so Omar knows all sports.
Always say
in all different directions.
Boxing is my true love, man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get Tony up on the combat sports special.
And I always tell everybody Roberto Duran was my manos de pierda. He was my dad's favorite boxer back in the day.
Duran. That boy was a
manos de pierda. Yeah. He loved him some Durans, my Alexis Arguello. Those are old school boxers, but
my man would go out and get lit up the night before and still go out there and rock your.
I know, Duran. If he could stay in shape, he would have won a lot more.
At like 4 a.m. and you still whoop.
I know, man.
Henry Rock.
If Duran had been a little more disciplined, man, he could have been almost
maybe a little other kind of rock too.
Oh man,
it was the 80s.
I don't know nothing about that.
Wow,
it was the 80s. That's right.
70s, really, when he started.
Yeah.
Late 70s, he was.
No social
I remember when he fought Pink Floyd and a lot of Mexican fighters, a lot of Latino fighters back when he was lighter. When he was really, I think he was a lightweight, or when he was like 130, and then he kept moving up. Up and up and up. So yeah, good talk about